Now, we don't do much in terms of Doppler research or vascular research for that matter, but I asked a couple of colleagues in Berlin, where I trained and worked for several years before I moved to the UK, and they are very much into venous Dopplers in other conditions, something like sinus venous thrombosis and subarachnoid hemorrhage. So they have a lot of experience with venous Doppler. And in fact, they've now collected 40 people with MS, and they have a small control group so far, but they have absolutely sort of very similar settings, so a tilt table, so with which you can move the people up and down, and they use this ultrasound system. So what is interesting is that they find none of these criteria. So none of those 5 Zamboni criteria are positive in these so far. It's preliminary data, but here you are. Now, the question then is the cerebral venous system really, does it really operate very similarly to what we see in peripheral venous thrombosis? And this is a list that I've compiled about this topic, and some comments and questions. So the distribution of MS lesions around veins is well known to everybody who is into that field. It's been described very early and repeated hundreds of times, really. The hemodynamic idea is also not novel, but there's obviously this new, although I'd say weak evidence from these studies in Ferrara. There's the preliminary results from the group in Berlin does not seem to confirm these. And the question really is to what degree this mechanism for this matches a mechanism in peripheral veins. And really, what is the mechanism of lesion development through the venous reflux? And how does this explain the disease course, relapses and remissions, the geographic distribution of people with MS, genetic associations? All these are very open questions. And I think one that every clinician would ask is, why aren't there more people with raised intracranial pressure or sinus venous thrombosis? Absolute rarity. I've checked the literature. Maybe I've found one case, and maybe there's a couple more, but certainly not a big thing. So just to finish up, the impact, however, of this whole concept has been significant. I've checked in November, there was 31,000 hits in Google. Now that is at 250,000. There's funding streams dedicated to that in Canada, in Italy. There's now a website, surgical tourism, in California, so please don't visit, but you'll do it anyway. So you can book trips to Chennai and Bangalore to have stenting treatments done for your good money. I think it's quite an emotional topic. We've posted something on our blog about this, and we're just a bit cautious about the whole idea. And one of the comments was, "Let the researchers lose," which I find quite funny. I think this is quite a reasonable website, so if you might like to visit that. I think, well, maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, maybe it's a distraction from the real causes of which you'd heard a bit today already, and you will learn more about this afternoon. So this was my program, and thank you for your attention.